Hi everybody, it's Robin here. I just wanted to bring you into my kitchen today and we're going to make some Asian lettuce wraps. We're going to be using the Good Asian Real Fast Meal Kit to be able to make this recipe. Today, instead of using the crispy crunchy lettuce wrap seasoning mix, I'm actually going to use the Asian stir fry seasoning to season our beans. I'm going to be doing this as a vegan meal using black beans. You can also use, ground chicken or your ground beef or ground pork, or you can even do like a pulled chicken or kind of whatever floats your boat. That's the thing I love about Epicure is that it's fully customizable. You can make this meal to be whatever you like for your dietary needs and your lifestyle choices. So without further ado, let's get cooking. So I started already a little bit. I've got my black beans, just a can of black beans rinsed and drained. And then I've already got one of the peppers in here. We're gonna be using a couple of them. And I've got that in my wok. I love this wok. And the reason I love this wok is because it's so easy to clean. So it's hard to see here, but see how shiny that is right up there? That's from the ceramic coating that actually coats this, this wok. And the nice thing about a ceramic coating versus like a Teflon or any of that kind of stuff is it doesn't really scratch off. It's actually the cleanest and greenest non-stick coating available on the marketplace right now. And what's great about it is when you go to clean it, you need a little bit of soap and water and it will like wipe clean. You can even use like a paper towel to clean it. It's super, super easy. So love the Epicure wok. And that is available as a part of the Good Asian Real Fast kit if you purchase the whole kit, or it can be purchased separately as well. Also, a really, just a little helpful hint there is that it's one of our favorite host items to use as a free or half price item. So just a little tidbit there for you. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting up our pepper. I'll just adjust that. And use Epicure's this is the most amazing knife ever, but it's our Prep Pro Chef knife. It is made out of a durable ceramic blade, but when I say durable, it's really durable as far as when you keep it, you hand wash it. You wanna make sure you keep it in the guard that comes with when it's in your drawer, just to keep it from chipping. These ceramic blades are sharper than steel, but they are not stronger than steel. So you want to make sure that you're using it usually with soft foods, soft vegetables, soft fruits. You don't want to use it to pull apart frozen chicken or any of that kind of stuff. You want to make sure that you're using it with a thawed chicken. But I'm just going to show you how easily this thing will dice through your foods. Hope you can see that there okay. I just love this knife. It is super, super sharp, which is fantastic. So we're just going to cut these peppers. I hope that's okay. Cut these peppers just in little bite-sized pieces. I'm gonna just do a quick chop. So I find when I'm doing peppers, I like to julienne them first and then I'll give them the chop they need to be a nice bite size. And I like using the bright bell peppers. The brighter the color, the more nutrients and vitamins you kind of get out of them. So I like to use the colored ones. So in this recipe today, we're going to be using orange and yellow. Just get those chopped here. And I'm chopping this on our non-slip cutting board. It's got these nice little, you can't really see it, but it's got these little silicone feet to it. And it's also reversible. So if you're doing multiple cutting jobs, like I use this a lot when I'm doing a chicken stir fry or something like that, where I don't want to have to dirty a whole other cutting board because I hate washing dishes. So I will do my veggies up first and then I'll flip it over and I'll do my chicken. So anyways, I'm gonna get this going. Just add this to the wok here. And then to that, I'm gonna add the Epicure Asian stir fry seasoning. Just take our 4-in-1 spice spoon here and add in, sprinkle on top of there, about 2 tablespoons of seasoning. Oh, if you could smell this. This has such a nice smell. And then I've already got a little bit of olive oil in here. I'm also just gonna add about a teaspoon here of soy sauce. Soy sauce just gives that a nice little extra flavor, as well as, I always like it, and you don't have to use it if you're not a big fan of it, but I always love sesame oil. Just gives it a really nice rich flavor. So I'm just gonna add a teaspoon of that in here too. And then I'm gonna set that over and set that on the stove. So I'm gonna cook that, give that a little stir. Just give that a stir there. Set it aside. I'm just gonna cover it. I'm gonna set it for now. And cook at medium heat for about 5 to 7 minutes. You don't want your peppers to get really overdone and cooked in there. You just want to get them a really nice tender crisp is really, and then we just want to heat up the beans so they're ready to eat. Okay, so while those are cooking, we're gonna move on to our salad dressing. So when I serve my lettuce wraps, I like to do just a light salad that goes with it. So I've just got some pre-bagged, pre-sliced coleslaw mix. And what I'm gonna serve with that is some sesame ginger dressing mix. Super easy to make. I love fresh dressings because they just are so much more flavorful and full than the stuff that you're getting in the store. And you can customize how much you actually need of it. So we're gonna start with 2 tablespoons of the sesame ginger dressing mix. And this is our 4-in-1 spice spoon. I used it in the last part of it as well, but this has got your tablespoon measurement here. And then on this side, you've got your teaspoon, and then you flip it over, you've got your 1/2 teaspoon, and then there's a little line there that'll give you your 1/4 teaspoon. So they're really, really handy to have. So we've got those, and they're designed to fit into all of our jars, which are really, really handy. So we've got a couple tablespoons of that. And then you never have to memorize your recipes here because everything's written right on the back here. That's my cheat for everything. So I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. And I'm gonna make a mess on my counter when I do it because that's how I cook. I'm adding this to Epicure's Cruet with the funnel, which I love this funnel because it just, it's so compact and easy to store. But anyways, we're going to do that, and I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of rice vinegar. And rice vinegar, I use the unseasoned rice vinegar, but you can use whatever you've got. If you don't have rice vinegar, it's okay. You can use anything else too. Regular vinegar will work. This just gives it a slightly different flavor. And then I'm going to use some oil. I'm going to use 1/3 cup of oil. So I use a light olive oil. Again, it's kind of what you have in your home and what you like to use. Some people like the extra virgin or the darker varieties. I usually use a light olive oil there. And the nice thing with this one too is if you like that like peanut sauce for our peanut dressing, this one will make a really good one too. You just add a couple tablespoons of peanut butter or your nut butter of choice. And then you can mix it up and it'll give you a really nice peanut dressing. So I'm just gonna shake that up in the cruet. And there we go, we've got our dressing ready for you. I'm just gonna let that kind of blend the spices and let them hydrate a little bit while we're waiting. I will give our beans a quick stir. And already these are almost done. I'm just gonna turn that right down to low. This meal cooks super fast. Okay, lastly, what I'm gonna do is to make a little bit of a topper. And this is my favorite way just to finish off any kind of a lettuce wrap. I'm gonna use our Chipotle Aioli seasoning. So I've got a 1/2 cup of mayo here, and I'm gonna add probably 2 teaspoons of this seasoning mix to it. You can see the jar is very, very full when you first open them. So I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons, and I'm gonna take some lemon juice and add a tablespoon of lemon juice to this. And that's gonna help us create a really nice, just a little bit of a kick to our seasoning and give a nice finishing sauce to drizzle over top of the lettuce wrap. So I'm just gonna mix that up. This is Epicure's 1 cup prep bowl. Great for these types of things. And they come with a nice purple ceramic lid that you can store in your fridge if you're making things up ahead of time. This sauce will keep as long as your mayo is good for. Doesn't really go bad. So you can make up a batch of it and let it sit in your kitchen or in your fridge and use it for like sandwiches or hamburgers or any of that kind of stuff. Is great in there. And then this is Epicure's little mini whisk here, which is perfect for this type of a job. All right, so that's it, we're done. So I'm just gonna give a final mix here to our salad dressing and pour that on a little bit to get my salad. And give it a little bit of a stir to kind of mesh that around. Give it a coating. And you could top this one off. It's such a simple salad. You can just top it off with some like sesame seeds if you have them at home. So that's done. So now I'm just gonna take the beans off the stove. And we're gonna make our lettuce wrap. Okay, nice and ready here. All those veggies. So to make a lettuce wrap, oh yeah, these are great. Okay, so lettuce wraps. I usually use like a Boston lettuce or like the live lettuces that they come in. You can use like, I don't know, iceberg lettuce is tough because it's a little bit firmer, but you could use like a romaine lettuce as well. And just to give you a little bit more stability, I usually will have two of them that'll go kind of one on top of the other. And then I'm gonna just add in some of our filling. And then lastly, I'm gonna drizzle on that finishing sauce. And there is our lettuce wrap. Okay, so I've just finished plating our lettuce wrap meal. And see how pretty that is? It just makes like a nice meal. And how fast was that? Like it literally took, what, 7 minutes maybe to make it? The other thing you could do too, if you're not a big fan of the coleslaw mixes, you could also use rice for this. And as I said, you can customize your protein options, you know, tofu, chicken, beef, pork, whatever you like, it all works. And the flavors are just delicious and that nice, like real Asian flavor to it. So it's really nice that way. And that's how easy it is to make an Asian inspired meal with Epicure. So I hope that this was helpful for you and that you found something that maybe you would enjoy. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Talk to you soon.